Did you know this about Napoleon Bonaparte? Born in 1769 on the island of Corsica, Napoleon Bonaparte was not from a powerful family. He joined the French military academy at a young age, showing great intelligence and ambition. Despite being mocked for his Corsican accent, he excelled in mathematics and military tactics. During the French Revolution, he quickly climbed the ranks due to his brilliant strategies and fearless leadership. By 1796, at just 26 years old, he became a general and led France to several victories against its enemies. His reputation as a military genius had only just begun, and France saw him as a hero. Napoleon set out for Egypt in 1798, hoping to weaken British influence and expand French power. He won the famous Battle of the Pyramids, but faced challenges, including disease, harsh desert conditions, and the British Navy, which destroyed his fleet at the Battle of the Nile. Though the campaign was not a complete success, Napoleon gained fame for bringing scientists along, leading to discoveries like the Rosetta Stone, which helped decode ancient Egyptian writing. Realizing France needed him more than Egypt, he secretly returned to France in 1799, ready for his next move. France was in chaos, and Napoleon saw an opportunity. In 1789, he led a coup and became first consul of France, effectively making him the leader. Over the next few years, he stabilized the country, created new laws, the Napoleonic Code, and improved the economy. He also reformed education and government institutions, ensuring efficiency and discipline. By 1804, his power was so great that he crowned himself Emperor of France in a grand ceremony at Notre Dame, showing that no one, not even the Pope, had power over him. His rise was unprecedented, and Europe took notice. Napoleon's military genius led him to victory after victory. He defeated Austria, Prussia, and Russia, expanding his empire across Europe. His most famous victory was at the Battle of Austerlitz in 1805, where he outsmarted two powerful armies in one of history's greatest battles. He reorganized European territories and placed his family members on various thrones, strengthening his control. By 1812, much of Europe was under his rule, and he was at the peak of his power. But his ambition knew no bounds, and his next move would change everything. In 1812, Napoleon invaded Russia with over 600,000 soldiers, believing it would be his greatest conquest. However, the Russian army used a scorched earth tactic, retreating while burning their own cities and resources, leaving nothing for the French to survive on. When Napoleon finally reached Moscow, he found it abandoned and in flames. With no supplies and the brutal Russian winter setting in, he was forced to retreat. The journey back was a nightmare, with starvation, frostbite, and constant enemy attacks. Only a fraction of his army survived. This was the beginning of the end for Napoleon. After the Russian disaster, Napoleon's enemies united against him. In 1813, he suffered a major defeat at the Battle of Leipzig, and by 1814, Paris was captured. With no choice left, he abdicated the throne and was exiled to the island of Elba. But Napoleon was not done. In 1815, he escaped Elba and returned to France, gathering an army as he marched towards Paris. He ruled again for what became known as the 100 Days, but the world's greatest powers were preparing for a final showdown against him. Napoleon's last stand came in 1815 at the Battle of Waterloo. Facing the British and Prussian armies, he fought bravely, but was outnumbered and outmaneuvered. His once great strategies failed him, and the French army was defeated. This marked the end of his reign. He was captured and exiled once again, this time to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic, where he would live the rest of his life in isolation, constantly reflecting on his rise and fall. Napoleon died in 1821, but his impact on the world remains. His Napoleonic Code influenced laws across Europe and beyond. His military strategies are still studied in military academies. Though he was defeated, he changed history forever, proving that one man's ambition could shape the world. From a small Corsican boy to the ruler of an empire, his story is one of the greatest in history. Even today, his name is synonymous with leadership, strategy, and the rise and fall of empires. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.